coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Tuesday. Pound, man, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. We out here, man. 2026 is fastly approaching. We pushing this P all the way down the line. Talk to me quick for I forget. Let's go. Let's get it. We need to get this meet and greet up and running. Let's get to 150K. Big love to all my supporters, man. Big love to everybody who followed the movement. We on a mission, man. We cannot stop. We won't stop until we try to reach everybody in every city, in every neighborhood, every projects, every borough, to let them know prison is not what it is, man. We have to stay free so we can live the best possible life we can, man, and beat the system. Let's go. Let's get it. TBP Nation, stand up. Peace. We out here. Listen, man, speaking of the system, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let me show you how, man, sometimes you think you get away with something and you think it's all good, man, but oh, what a tangle where we weave when we practice to deceive, man. This is one of the, I would say one of the longest get backs that I've seen, maybe more if I think about it and think about it, but I can remember this dude, man, and the only reason I'm not even going to say either one of them names because of the situation, but people that's in there who know, you know. But I can remember hearing the story about, I heard the story about how it went down after it went down, why it went down. Let me explain. Okay. I remember being on Powhatan, right? State Farm, Slaughterhouse, you dig? And it was a dude on there, man, and this dude, I knew the dude, but I ain't really like know him like that. But I know him from being on the yard. I know him from when we go down to the recreation room. That's where they got the heavy bag, the weights, little pool tables or whatever. So when we go to the recreation room, I knew him from there because he always went in there, worked out and stuff like that. I knew him from the yard, from working out, you know, stuff like that. But I ain't really know him. Spoke to him, was cool with him, you know, cordial with him or whatever, right? The dude at this time, man, I think he was probably like 26, 27 years old. He was cut up, you know what I'm saying? Cut up, you know what I'm saying? Nice. He worked out all the time. That's what he did. He worked out, but he was kind of like, more or less like a nerd. Like he didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like you could look at him and tell, like, you wouldn't put him in like he a gangster, or you wouldn't put him in like he just you know what I'm saying, just like a regular smuggler, you know what I'm saying? You got these different type of dudes in prison. You can look at them and tell the end of this, the end of that. So you got dudes that be gambling, you got dudes that be hustling, you got dudes that mind their business, you got dudes that you can clearly look at, they scared to death. You know what I'm saying? But being it, he had some size on him and he was quiet. He fit more like into the nerd category. Like he didn't bother nobody. He wasn't really into gambling. He ain't do a lot of stuff like that. Whenever you saw him, most of the time he was working out, you know what I'm saying, or minding his business, right? So this is what I knew him from. But I had heard rumors about him. But in the penitentiary, that's all you heard is rumors. You know what I'm saying? Some be true, some more or less, most of them be not true than the ones that is true. Because dudes ain't got nothing to do, so dudes will talk. Especially if you're not around them, they will always talk. Especially dudes who don't like you, dudes who don't really rock with you. When you're around them, if they know you about their life and they got a healthy fear of you, they ain't gonna talk about you even if they don't like you. But when you gone, they talk about you like a dog. And then when you run back into them, they claim they ain't never say nothing. So that's how they go in the penitentiary. Very, very cutthroat, little childish high school type stuff, right? So it was rumors about old boy because being that he was, you know, so cut up and work out a lot, dudes were saying, yeah, he like that now, but you know what I'm saying? Said he had been down for probably about 10 years, like he had been locked up since he was like 17. The rumors was that when he first came in, somebody, you know what I'm saying, tore him off, took advantage of him. You know what I'm saying? Took advantage of him. He was a strawny, little 17-year-old kid. The rumors was somebody had took advantage of him, and he had been at PC before. That's what the rumors was. That's why I told you anything in the penitentiary is gonna follow you from whenever it happens for the rest of your bit. If you get to rumbling with somebody, get out on you, beat you, or do you real dirty, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be out there. If you do the same thing to somebody else, it's gonna be out there. You put that Bethlehem in somebody, it's out there. I'm telling you, man, the penitentiary got a network of information stronger than the internet, man. It's gonna travel. Emails, word of mouth, pigeon, carrier, phones, letters, kites. The information about you is gonna be out there. People gonna know who you are because they have to deal with you. It's an environment where you have to know your surroundings and you have to know who you're dealing with. So a lot of misinformation to get passed along too, but some information can hold a lot of weight to it. But the rumors was whispers because, like I say, dude ain't really bother nobody and he was low key. But the rumors was that, you know what I'm saying, when he came in, somebody had did something to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the thing that you think is the worst, what you always heard, if you go to penitentiary, this can happen. Somebody's supposed to tore him off, took his manhood. He was young, he was scared. You know, he checked in. You know what I'm saying? He didn't tell though. You know what I'm saying? They say he didn't tell, but it was like it was known what happened. It's supposed to have happened on the farm. You know what I'm saying? Southampton farm. We own Powhatan State Farm. So the rumors was he came in young. He went to receive in Southampton, receiving, then they shipped him straight over to the farm. Usually, a lot of people, when you come and receiving and you go to receiving at Southampton, it's like 60 or 70% of them, when you finish receiving, you go just right across the street, you go to the Southampton farm, right? Didn't happen for me. I went to Southampton receiving as well. Didn't happen for me because I got in the altercation, you know, with the Italian dude. Boom, I went straight to the wall. Look at me. You dig? But for a lot of people, they left there and went to Southampton Farm. Southampton Farm was considered gladiator school. I'm telling you, they was getting busy at Southampton Farm, man. They had the tennis shoe mob, little bunch of little young rascals that was clicked up. It wasn't even like it was gang members then because we didn't have that in VA. It wasn't like it was Bloods, Crips, and all this GDs and all this. It was just little mobs that they had, different little mobs, and they supposed to have had the tennis shoe mob on Southampton Farm. Any dude that was getting locked up in the late 80s, early 80s, or whatever, they heard about that tennis shoe mob on Southampton Farm. Because when you come from the street, whatever shoes you got on, you could bring a pair with you. You know what I'm saying? Like from the street. So whatever you had on, you had some Jordans, you had some Bo Jacksons, whatever it was, you had them. But they were saying when you got to Southampton Farm, them youngins was on your feet, man. I mean, literally, like on your feet, like what you got on. You know what I'm saying? And they was taking dudes' shoes. You know what I'm saying? Taking their shoes. If they had jewelry, taking their jewelry. You know what I'm saying? You had to rumble. If you couldn't rumble to keep them up off you or push that Bethlehem, you was got, right? Gladiator school. They say this how these youngins were coming. It was like wild and off the chain. So they say he left receiving and goes over to Southampton Farm, where he ended up getting in the cell with a dude that had already been down 8, 9 years, whatever the case may be. Say he was in the cell with old boy, you know, old boy was cool, whatever, or playing the cool role and mess around. That's why I'm telling you, don't get high. Don't get high. If you get high and you go into prison, I'm telling you, you better drop that habit because a lot of things can happen to you getting high in the penitentiary. You can get tricked. You know what I'm saying? You could possibly get tricked out your manhood. You can get tricked out of money. You can get put in situations whereas to you owe money and dudes gonna come at you about that money. They not playing. They gonna try to poke holes in you. I'm telling you, real talk. So I don't care even if it's weed. The payment method in penitentiary is you gonna pay by any means necessary. It ain't no whole lot of bucking in the penitentiary unless you willing to buck and push that Bethlehem and take the charges that come with it. You know what I'm saying? Take the enemies that come with it. Take the drama that come with it. So other than that, it ain't gonna be no whole lot of bugging in the penitentiary because it's gonna get addressed. And most dudes that sell drugs or sell anything in the penitentiary. Store boxing, the drugs, or running poke. Man, these dudes already know violence come with this job, man. So you got to automatically assume, if you are a logical thinking person, that if I play with this dude money, if I play with this dude's drugs, if I don't pay this bill, that I'm gonna have to put some work in. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes get late with that because they don't understand it until it is too late to understand that. But that is a fact in the penitentiary. You're not gonna be doing what you was doing on the street. It's just not gonna happen because you're gonna have to show and prove. You know what I'm saying? Talking ain't gonna get it in the penitentiary. There's a lot of talking in the penitentiary. But when it comes down to the get down, talking ain't gonna get it. You're gonna have to produce. So say he started getting, started with a little weed, he sell it, you know what I'm saying, give him a little weed, they getting high, he cool, he see people respect this seller because the seller been down for a minute. So he in the cell with a dude disrespected, but you know what I'm saying, dude got angles. You know what I'm saying? Dude got angles on him because he young, right? Dude supposed to got a rack of time, might not never see the streets again, who knows, according to the number that he got. So he said dude started getting him a little weed, but he ain't asking him for nothing. So he thinking that he cool, he knew, he green in the penitentiary. Then dude used to, you know what I'm saying, like to mess with that, you know what I'm saying, that thing, man, that missile. You know what I'm saying? That dope. And got him to try. So he supposedly, rumor has it, that he tried the dope in there with his celly. They drinking, woo. He tried the dope. He get high first time, never been like that before. He 17, he turned 18 years old. He high, he drunk. Old boy, they locked in the cell. Old boy, get with the freaky diggy with him. And he like, boom, he ain't that high. He ain't that drunk. He don't understand what's going on. But he not physically capable of keeping old boy up off of him. You understand? So he said old boy did what he did and forced himself on him. You know what I'm saying? He don't scream, don't tell, nothing like that, more or less feel embarrassed. And, I can only imagine what else he felt like. That's like, life changing, devastating. And I guess he couldn't deal with it. So the next day, when they wake up and they have breakfast, he go check in. He tell the people he can't be on the compound. He go check in, get locked up, you know what I'm saying, woo. The speculation was, though, that people who knew his celly, and then his celly been there, that that's what he was on. But see, that's a whole nother subject right there, a whole nother conversation. See, people know that, but people ain't even put that in his ear, and he in the cell with the dude. See what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really in there to go look out for you. Ain't nobody, he thinking his celly cool. They, his celly respected, but ain't nobody telling him your celly also on butt. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody give him that game. Ain't nobody give him that memo. That's what I'm telling you. You got to learn the rules of the penitentiary by yourself. And you got to learn the motives and the positions that dudes coming at you, with. You got to know these things. It ain't like you've been in the penitentiary before and you supposed to know these things. In the penitentiary, you just automatically supposed to have your guards up. You supposed to be leery of anything, especially anything in the penitentiary that's free. Anything in the penitentiary, if it's free from the administration, you supposed to be leery because they're giving it to you for a reason, not a season. So he didn't understand that. Being 17 or whatever, he didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Dude ain't gonna just be giving you weed. Dudes ain't gonna be giving you liquor. Dudes ain't gonna turn you on to no dope. All this stuff costs money in the penitentiary. So you think somebody got money to burn and giving it to you for free in the penitentiary? I mean, I'm speaking from a perspective that I know this now, but I knew that even in the beginning. But a lot of people are not that advanced at thinking, you know what I'm saying, coming in the penitentiary young. But there's nothing in the world free, let alone you should think nothing in the penitentiary is going to be free. But man, I heard that this is what went down. This is how it was with him. He was messed up. He checked in. So he little, he scrawny. He goes to PC. You know what I'm saying? He don't tell the people what happened to him. He just refused to come back out. Stayed back there until he ended up getting shipped. He gets shipped when you in PC and you get shipped. You go from PC to PC. So he come on another compound in PC and eventually come out. But when you come on that compound in PC, like I said, everything you do in the penitentiary follows you. So dudes know he was on PC. So even though when he come out, dudes is looking at him like, oh yeah, he came from PC. And he a quiet dude, and he a little dude, you know, and he young. So dudes got that PC thing on. So then eventually, you know, he started working out. I guess he got in his mind that I got to get my weight up. I got to, you know, I got some time to do whatever. I don't know what his number was. That information ain't come to me, but I heard. Guess he had, it must have been a number because when I ran into him, he was already 10 years in. So I guess he figured I got to work out. I got to get my weight up. I got to be strong. I guess he don't, you know, I ain't gonna let this happen to me no more. Whatever the case may be, I don't know his mindset. I'm guesstimating because when I ran into the Bama, he was, you know what I'm saying? He was diesel. You did. So, but I heard it while he was there. Dudes was saying like, yeah, man, you know, he was the one that was on Southampton, you know, in the cell with such, man. I think, because supposedly the dude who did it spoke on it later on, and it got out there. That's what I'm trying to tell you too. Things in the air, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna move. It's gonna travel like emails. Oh yeah, woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to, like, yeah, he check in, you know, he wanted to be a girl and everything, you know what I'm saying? I made sure he was a girl, then the next thing you know, he wanted to check in, you know what I'm saying? Like he did it, you know what I'm saying? He more or less confessing to it because dude ain't tell on him. So he figuring in his mind he got away with it. So anyway, fast forward, right? That's the backstory. So fast forward 10 years later, and we on the farm. And like I say, old boy just work out. That's all I know him for. Ain't no big talker. Ain't no none of that. You know what I'm saying? Talk, but not a big talker. The dude who supposed to have did it pop up on the compound. Now he done been there like a dove and something. You did? You know what I'm saying? I guess 10 and 9, probably over 20-some years. So now he there, right? Now, they not in the same block though. You know what I'm saying? They not in the same block. The dude that I'm talking about, he in my block. He quiet, as I say, you see him. You know what I'm saying? First he won't in my block, then he moved in my block. But I had knew him from the yard and seeing him down there at the in the rec department. Now he in our block, right? And I see him in his routine is the same. He quiet. He goes in the day room. Even when they got games and football and stuff on, he might be sitting there. He always had a book with him, which gave me that's why I came with the nerd stuff. You know what I'm saying? Wore glasses, but he cut up, and I know him for working out, but he ain't a big talker. So now he in our block, the other dude that posted had did it is on the compound now. You know what I'm saying? But unbeknownst to most people, if they don't know his backstory, right? So when we go to rec, everybody's going to rec on Powhatan on the same yard. It's just one big yard. Powhatan, one of the oldest joints, and still got the 1 yard for the compound. A lot of new institutions or late institutions, they got yards split up where it you know, because that's just too many people at one time, and they figure they can't handle it, right? But Powhatan was one of the last joints I've been on that still got the 1 yard where everybody got to go to the 1 yard, you know. So we out on the yard. Evidently, dude must have seen him. Obviously, he cannot forget him for obvious reasons. And I guess, I don't know if dude remember him or whatever, or they, you know, but obviously he seen the dude. Obviously that sparked something in him. He a different person now. You know what I'm saying? He lost his manhood, but I guess he didn't lose his pride. You did. So I guess when he seen him, I guess he put the plot in motion with him. You know what I'm saying? He put the plot in motion with him. Because after everything I'm going to tell y'all later is after. I didn't know this at first, but I guess he had went to somebody and asked about getting a joint. Because like I say, he a quiet dude and he ain't on that. So I guess he had got the joint from somebody. And like about a week later, we on the yard. And everybody out there doing their thing, playing basketball, softball, horseshoes, jogging, kicking it, whoop the whoop the whoop. And man, dude was walking across the yard and he ran down on him and it was quick, vicious. I ain't even say quick. It was quick when he moved on him out of nowhere. I guess dude was unaware, even though he done been there 20-some years. You ain't seen this Joker in a week going out on this yard to recognize that this is the Joker who you did this to or whatever, or suppose I did it to. But he ran up on him from the back and man, all up in here, and he turned around and hollered and started backtracking, and he fall. And when he fall, dude is on him. I mean, bro, he might have hit dude everywhere besides the bottom of his feet. He was backtracking on the ground and kicking up at him, and he hitting and knocking him, and he not really saying nothing like, ah, damn, that, more or less. Them ain't even words. Those are just gestures. Like, damn, damn, damn. And he lighting them up, man. And dudes, everybody out there now start looking. Because when you see and hear that type of stuff, your mind goes to, and you looking like, what's, because you got to be on point. And we can see him in the middle of the yard, man. He's scraping and scrambling, and man, he like a spinning top, trying to spin this way, trying to spin that way to keep them jumps from coming. You know what I'm saying? And the people in the tower must have got wind. And this one of the, it may be the only time that I've been on Powhatan where it is to, when they hit the joint and they actually had to bust off because he would not stop. You know what I'm saying? They hit the horn like, where they calling the people. So the people getting ready to come bum rushing out there anyway. But that tower got on that joint and hey, everybody get on the ground, you know what I mean? And he just kept going, and then they kaboom! That's, I guess that's the warning jump. You did put that jump out in the air, and that gonna get your attention. Everybody got to, you know what I'm saying, get on down there because ain't nobody trying to get bust. Now, this is the tower gun. These is probably gonna be some real jumps coming at you. This ain't no pump faking right here. This jump right here might, you know, send you to the upper room. You know what I'm saying? So everybody get in, and I guess that got his attention too, or he snapped out of the zone he was in, and he just backed up away from the jump and pushed the jump to the side and laid down too. By now you got all the police come running out there, they running out there. You know, she directing the traffic. It was a lady in the booth in the tower. She directing the traffic to where they go to get them. You know what I'm saying? To go over there, man, to kick the little knife away, get the little knife, get them up, boom, boom, boom. Dude laying in there hollering, screaming, bleeding, you know what I'm saying? Tossing and turning on the ground. And this where it's just crazy how they gonna do this too. They still, man, with all these hits he done took, whoop, whoop, whoop. Bro, they roll him over on his stomach and put the cuffs on him and get him up and try to, he falling, they dragging his feet. Man, what is y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? The man might be dying and y'all trying to drag him in here with handcuffs on. So they get to the part where the baseball field joint is, and that's the dirt part, and they see that they just dragging, and then dudes is even laying down, hollering, man, y'all dragging the man, y'all can't take the man off of y'all like that, woo, woo, woo. So dudes start hollering at everything. So they stop, let him down, roll the man over. He on his back now with the handcuffs on. He got holes in him like he a basketball net, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they start getting people off the yard, usher people off the yard while he laying there. Nurses and stuff started to come out, and they coming with the little orange boat and this, that, and the third, but they get out. But to say all that to say this, at the end they end up having to come get the bird to get him. They had to come get him up off of there. He almost, to my understanding, he almost was gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no coming back, like it's over. They got, you know, get the suits and stuff ready. So he almost was gone. I heard he stayed in that joint a long time. I heard he messed up for a minute. Oh boy, you know what I'm saying? You already know what happened to him. They put him back there in building. Next thing you know, you don't even see him no more. So I don't know where he went, what happened, but you can lay flat and believe he got a street charge coming from Powhatan. You do something like that on that yard. Oh yeah, you and M Building was one of the worst joints at this time anyway. M Building or Mecklenburg, these are two worst segregations you gonna get at this time. Yeah, you in M Building, bro. It's a whole different ball game. Then in Mecklenburg, y'all know the count. So, and he get gone, he get charges or whatever. So now after all of this transpired, dudes is like, man, what that was about? Dudes who didn't know. That's how the story came out more and more. Dudes was there, dudes that know, dudes that heard about. Oh yeah, that was woo woo woo. And then the dude who supposed to have sold him the joint, you know what I'm saying, was like, yeah, man, he surprised me, man. He came to me, told me he wanted a joint, man. I'm like, man, what do you say? He gonna pay me for it? I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I get a joint for him. But I'm like, man, what they gonna do? He don't know nothing but read books and work out with it. Who he beefing with? You know what I'm saying? So I asked him before I sold him the joint, like, it's for somebody in the pod, because we don't want that drama in the pod. He was like, nah, I just need the joint. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, he get it because he done put eyes on old boy that done put some on him. And so, hey, That's just how the ball bounced sometimes. He lost his manhood because he wasn't physically capable of stopping the dude. You dig what I'm saying? And he wasn't, I guess, developed enough or had that in him. But after 10 years of prison, it's a different dude. This ain't even a kid no more. This is a man. This is a dude that had a decade of survival already in him. You know what I'm saying? And this is probably what prompted him to go to that weight pile and get his weight up and run into the same guy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, see, that's the thing that goes with when something go down like that and somebody don't tell. That's the best thing that he did in the whole scenario, to be honest. And I know that may sound crazy or whatever y'all, however y'all may perceive it, like it ain't no best thing in it. But truly and honestly, that's the best thing that he did in the scenario. Because had he told it, then he would have been fighting an uphill battle even deeper than it is trying to get out of the penitentiary and survive in the penitentiary. Because you also would have put it out there that you got your manhood. Took more people would have knew. Okay, eventually, true, they found out. But more people would have knew, and you would have also been labeled as a snitch, which is also insane probably to y'all in the outside world. Man, why wouldn't he tell if somebody raped him? Yeah, well, you don't supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get justice on your own. So he eventually did do that. So he might have lost his manhood, but he never lost his pride as being, you know what I'm saying, who he was, an individual, because when he seen dude and he was capable of, you know, taking revenge, he did that. You know what I'm saying? At a high level. Because he almost, I'm telling you, he almost took dude up out of there. Dude was almost gone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what his mindset was. I don't know what he was thinking while he was laying on that ground and trying to, you know, I guess them things might have flashed back in his head. I'm quite sure dude wasn't the only one he did that to. I'm 100% sure of that, because you just don't wake up and say, I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? So crazy, crazy situation. But like I told y'all from the beginning, once you take an enemy on in prison, man, you got enemies until you get out of prison. You don't know who know him, who he with, who he associated with, who gonna take his back up, you don't know these things. So once you get in altercations, it's always on in the penitentiary. Thus the paranoia that you have in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a physical fight. You go on another compound, you run into his cousins, his brother, his uncle, his, you know what I'm saying? You might run into his daddy who been locked up for 20 years. Oh, you did something to my son. And you might, you know what I'm saying? You might be in a situation you can't get out of. So you always got enemies, man. But when you living like dude was living, you know, trying to take man's manhood, bro, you ain't never safe neither. You can get away with it. You probably get away with it more than you don't. That's probably why they keep doing it. But you gonna run into somebody as he did. Did he regret doing that too? You know what I'm saying? He regretted that. There ain't no doubt in my mind he regretted it, because the way he was scrambling and trying to save his life, he had to regret it. So, you know, it was what it was. But so I say, man, he lost his manhood, but he kept his pride. You know what I'm saying? You can't get your manhood back. That's gone. That ain't gonna never come back. But, you know, I guess the pride of him as who he was and what he, you know, stood for, he couldn't accept it. Now that he could actually physically do something about it, he did it. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought that was a crazy story too, though, because like I say, some things happen and you don't even know why it happened, and then you end up getting the backstory. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up getting the backstory to why he did that, because out of the blue, you wouldn't suspect him to do. Nobody was really bothered to do. Nobody, you know what I'm saying, had no issues with him because he bothered nobody. Nobody pressed him for nothing because he ain't borrowed nothing. He ain't gamble. And nobody pressed him because he had size on him. They see he work out every day. You know what I'm saying? He was a big, strong Bama by then. But nobody really knew his story besides the dudes who knew his story, because everybody in the penitentiary gonna know something about you, because you gonna be around them, and you ain't gonna never not be around somebody who know you once you get in. It's just like that. And that's the way it is. Anyway, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Big love. I'm gonna keep bringing this heat. Y'all talk to me. I talk back. Let's go. Let's get 150K. Let's get this meet and greet up and popping in 2026, early as possible. Big love to all my subscribers. Big love to all my members, man. We are on the road to 2K members. We like 700 and some away. Hey, sound like a big number, but it's really not, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You get these over there in the membership. Uncut, raw dog. You heard me? Let's go. Let's get it. TBP Nation. Stand up. Y'all be safe. Be smart. Make good decisions. Duck them hooks, baby. They out there. And this penitentiary story, don't let it be your story.
Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.